anytime really that I'm craving sweet instead of savory, I am dehydrated. Do not deprive yourself of the foods that you love. So just trying to make the healthier choice in every single thing that you eat. Still have the foods that you love, but just make them healthier. Listen to your body and give yourself grace within reason. If you are just tired, okay, we'll go to the gym. I mean, we're all tired. Hey there, I am Jessica Moore with the Jess Tales, and today I am just going to talk about some of my top tips of how to stay your healthiest, best self. These are my 5 tips for how to be extremely healthy and be your best self. Hope you enjoy. Please subscribe and comment and like, because it really supports me and my channel. And let me know if you want to see more videos like this, or if you have any questions. I'd love to talk to anybody that watches these. Alright, so the first tip I have, and probably one of the most important tips for how to be your healthiest self, is to stay hydrated. And I know I just wanted to get this over with because it is not everyone's favorite topic to talk about, but staying hydrated definitely affects the way that I feel, the way that I sleep, what I eat, which then affects how I feel throughout the day. So if I am dehydrated, I can immediately tell because I start having headaches, I don't sleep very well, I feel really groggy, I just don't feel myself. And the number one trigger whenever I know that I am dehydrated is when I start craving sweets. I used to have a huge sweet tooth and I got myself off of sugar back in college. I still like to have my sweet treat every now and then, but now I know that whenever I start craving something sweet in the middle of the day or in the morning, anytime really that I'm craving sweet instead of savory, I am dehydrated. And it may not be like serious dehydration, but that's how I know, because as soon as I drink a big thing of water, I no longer want anything sweet. So one thing I wanted to mention about that is liquid IV. It's a super easy way to stay hydrated, especially in the summertime, because their flavors are so great. I actually have a ton of their products. Me and my fiance drink them every single day. I don't know what I would do without them. They honestly make me feel so much better. So these are the liquid IV products that I have, and I've tried all of them. I love all of them. One packet in 16 ounces of water equals about 3 water bottles, and it's insanely good. So these are the ingredients. You can pause it if you want to, but you can see there is sugar in it, and there in one stick is about 11 grams of sugar. And as it explains here, it does depend on the sugar and mined salt for function, not taste. The reason is because your body needs the glucose in order to stay hydrated. I also have the energy multiplier. This one is really good. It's lemon ginger, so it tastes very like tangy and it wakes you up. But this also keeps you hydrated as well. But this one instead focuses on the energy, so you can see what it comes with there. These are the ingredients for this as well. And then this is my favorite product. So I have one of these every night almost. So this is blueberry lavender. It tastes really good, but oh my goodness, I take this, it says about 15 minutes before you go to bed, and 100% about 20 minutes after I take this. This is what is in here. But about 20 minutes after I take this, I am so relaxed and ready to go to bed. And these are the ingredients. You can see it has a lot less sugar in it, but it still tastes really good. So it's kind of a good thing, I think, that it has less sugar because you're about to go to bed. But I'm obsessed with this. Tip number 2 for being your most healthy, motivated self is to get plenty of sleep. Again, a super boring, everybody's heard about it kind of tip, but very important. I know that personally, if I get over 8 hours of sleep, I just don't function very well. It's almost like I've overslept. So I have a sweet spot between like 7 and 7.5 hours of sleep. I try to get every single night, and I feel great. So if I sleep any less than 7 hours or 6.5 hours of sleep, I just feel groggy the next day. I'm really tired by the afternoon. I don't like to do that. So I try to make sure to wind down every single night between 8:30 and 9. I will take my makeup off around 8 or 8:30. I try to take it off before dinner so that by the time I eat and then after dinner, I can just relax. On that note, also try to eat your dinner earlier than like 7 or 8. If you do that, then whenever you go to bed, you don't feel all kind of sick and you don't feel full and you feel really ready to sleep. My third tip for staying healthy is eat whole foods. Obviously, sometimes I have treats. I'll have potato chips. I will have some like Cheetos. I love Cheez-Its. My favorite snack. I just cannot get enough. So I don't buy those things. And here's why. If I buy them, I know that whenever I get hungry or whenever I just want a snack in the middle of the day, instead of reaching for a water bottle and a piece of fruit, I'm going to instead reach for those fake processed really good foods that are not very good for you, and that does not make me feel good. Every time I eat something like that, I do feel kind of sick because I'm not used to eating that way. So when I do eat that way, I don't eat a ton of those foods because I know how they make me feel. That took years to get to this point. So, don't feel like it's impossible. The biggest thing is do not deprive yourself of the foods that you love. Like I said, I love Cheez-Its, I love Doritos, I love ice cream, but I don't eat it every day. So I don't buy it for myself and keep it here because then I'll eat it. I'll just go pick up like a small snack bag of Cheez-Its, or if I get a box of Cheez-Its, like I would just make them last because I don't want to eat the whole box. Portion control is really big on this, but a huge trick that I have learned is every time that you are about to eat a meal, picture that food being digested into your body and running through your veins and going through your heart, because that's literally what happens to food that you eat. You literally are what you eat. So occasionally I think that the visual of some Cheetos going through my heart sounds like I really want it, but not every single meal. Most meals I do want to eat so my body feels good. The reason why you eat is to get energy and calories from nutrient-dense foods. It's the reason why my hair grows. It's the reason why I don't break out that much, also the hydration. But it's the reason why I feel so good most of the time and I have a lot of energy. It's because I focus on what I eat. 90% of the time I eat very healthy. That doesn't mean I cut out all my fats and carbs. I eat fats, I eat carbs. I love butter, but I choose Kerrygold butter. And if I want pasta, I will get the Banza pasta. It's my favorite brand. That's like the chickpea pasta because it's not made with just straight flour. If I want bread, I choose Ezekiel toast instead of just refined white bread. So just trying to make the healthier choice in every single thing that you eat. Still have the foods that you love, but just make them healthier. Little things like popcorn. I love microwave popcorn, but instead of buying that, I just get the plain kernels and I follow the stovetop directions on the back of the little kernel container. It's like coconut oil and some kernels and salt and pepper, and then I sprinkle nutritional yeast all over it to give it that cheesy, buttery flavor. Healthy popcorn. Tip number 4, and this is probably the most important thing. Limit your sugar. So much simpler said than done, but limit your sugar. The only sugars I like to consume, I do have one of those, Greek yogurt Yasso bars. I think that's how I pronounce it. I have one of those a day in the summertime because, like I mentioned, I love ice cream, but I can't have that every single day because it's just so bad for you. But the Yasso bars I love because they're Greek yogurt bars. They still have some sugar in it, but they're not like loaded down with sugars. Another huge way to limit sugar is to stop drinking soda. I haven't had a soda. I think it was my New Year's resolution back in high school one year to not drink soda because I was addicted to Sprites and Dr. Pepper and Cheerwine. Loved those. Every time I went to a restaurant, I would get a Sprite because that just made everything taste so good. And I would drink like 2 or 3 of them. And I don't go to restaurants that often, but even just how many grams of sugar are in one soft drink is absolutely ridiculous, and no one needs that much sugar. Aim for a sugar-free coffee creamer and one that doesn't have a bunch of artificial artificial sweeteners in it. I love nut pods because the flavor is very slight, but it has a really good aftertaste, but there's no sugar in it. If you really need something sweet and you just feel like you haven't really found a good alternative for a sugar-free creamer that gives your coffee some sweet taste, aim for a sweetener like Truvia. It's one of the best artificial sweeteners that you can have and is still from a natural source, so it's not like, the aspartame and sugar-free diet soda, And then my other big tip for limiting sugar specifically is stay hydrated. So I know that was my first tip of this whole video, but like I mentioned, for me personally, and I think it may be true for a lot of people, just kind of watch how you feel when you haven't had a lot of water in your day. Like I said, my trigger to know that I'm dehydrated is if I am craving sweets. So if I really want something sweet, I will actually just drink a glass of water. Doesn't have to be a ton, 8 to 12 ounces of water, just real quick, drink it, and then give yourself like 5 or 10 minutes, distract yourself if maybe you're bored and that's why you want something sweet, and then come back to it. If you're still wanting something sweet, then go for it, you know, like just make it a little bit as less sugar as possible. So for me, when I'm craving something sweet, that's why I reach for those liquid IVs like I mentioned. They still have sugar in them, but your body does need sugar to stay hydrated, but I'd rather have that than a bowl of ice cream. I mean, like, at least I know that my sweet treat is something that I can sip on and it tastes really sweet. Another big thing is sparkling waters like Bubbly and LaCroix, like those brands. Their waters taste really good. It's like sipping on a sweet treat. It's like Kool-Aid almost sometimes, but that's kind of like also a soda substitute if you want to drink something kind of fizzy and that tastes good in the summertime. Instead of going for a soda, just go for like a sparkling water. And my fifth and final tip for staying your healthiest self, I bet you can guess what it is. It's to move. Just move your body at least once a day. I work out 4 to 5 times a week. I don't always do it at 5 a.m. I'm not a freak, but I do it like 5 times a week. If I don't and I get off track, I had my very first official panic attack when I was in the office one day because I had injured my ankle running across train tracks, don't ask. But I couldn't go to the gym, I couldn't even walk a lot, and so I was pretty inactive, and because of that, I had a panic attack because a huge part of stress relief for me is to be active. 99% of the time, I do not feel like going in there and getting my workout done, or I don't feel like going on a long walk, and I don't feel like getting my heart rate up. But I know that I feel better afterwards, and I know that I feel good in the middle of it, and that's what keeps me going. And knowing that my mental health is so much better when I am keeping up with my steady workout routine, that's what keeps me going. It does take a long time to stick to a routine, but don't be too hard on yourself. Just start off. If you don't do anything right now, just start off by going on, 1 mile walk 3 times a week. That's it. Just do that for 2 weeks maybe, and then maybe you can start adding in some like light strength training, just watching YouTube videos. Keep it fun and entertaining, keep it changed up. Some days I feel like doing yoga, I'll do yoga. Some days I feel like doing some high intensity cardio, I will do high intensity cardio. And my secret has always been to not make yourself do something when you really don't feel like it. I mean, there's a limit. Like, listen to your body, know when it's time to rest and maybe stretch and recover with some light yoga, and when it's time to really move and get some stress out and get some anxiety out, maybe with like a fast-paced, high-intense workout, or maybe like weight training. If some days you don't feel like lifting weights, then don't lift weights. I mean, listen to your body and give yourself grace within reason. If you are just tired, okay, we'll go to the gym. I mean, we're all tired here, but the people who really make a difference in their life and their health and their well-being are the ones who stick to it and make it a priority. If it's not a priority to you, it's not going to become a habit, and you're never going to be the person that you want to be, and it's as simple as that. It's hard. It is never easy. It gets easier, but it's never easy. But you always feel so much better. And then when you are staying active and you are keeping track of your own physical well-being, that's when things like staying hydrated and eating healthy and eating whole foods and limiting sugar, that becomes like second nature, because you're working so hard to keep your physical health up that you're not going to want to go out and just binge on a whole pizza just because you're feeling lazy and bad about yourself. So, all right, so that is it. Those are my 5 tips. That is 10. Those are my 5 tips for how to be your healthiest, most motivated self. The reason why I put those 2 words together is because when I am feeling very healthy and I'm on top of my physical well-being and my physical shape, as well as my mental health and my eating and nutrition and hydration, I feel very motivated. I hope that this helped you. If you are looking for more ways to stay healthy, definitely let me know how you like this. I really hope that someone got something out of it. That's why I make these. And don't forget, I do have that 25% off and free shipping of the Liquid IV website. I am linking it down below. This is my code. I'm also going to have it down below, but please check it out. I don't get anything for this. I am just telling you because I was lucky enough to get a code from them, and I'm so happy because I seriously love all of their products. Please subscribe, like, comment. Thank you so much for watching.